Hello, live long and prosper. As always, today will be a video about how anything is simple in this life. It's either you should do it, binary system, should do it, or should not do it. That's all. That's all it is. It's simplifying your life, and it creates order and structure and peace and happiness in your life. For example, you have a dirty floor. First of all, you shouldn't have had a dirty floor. The floor had to be always clean. So buy some kind of a floor that's always clean and doesn't need cleaning. Second, you have dirty dishes. First of all, you shouldn't have had dirty dishes. Don't create a problem to solve it. After you create a problem, you need people who, like me, are trees, problem solvers, trees that would need to solve your problem. I hope I put it clearly. Don't create a problem, first of all, to solve it later. Don't have dirt. Don't have problems. Let me give you an example. Right now, what you're seeing on the screen is not ideal. It's not ideal by trees. For example, I have stubble right on my face. What I don't have a problem with is this blazer, this jacket, because I didn't create a problem for me and appear on the screen without a blazer. I evaded the problem and put on a blazer. That's what I should have done and done it. You either don't do it or do it. That's all. Then, for example, for the question of laziness, why do I have stubble right now? Because laziness is actually another form of solving problems. It's preserving energy. If you don't need to shave at your home when you're sitting in your house, you can easily skip this step, of shaving and wearing a tuxedo. Okay, you understand that laziness is preserving energy and actually kind of like not creating problems for yourself and preserving energy and solving problems. Okay. What else? If you go to bed, make sure that you don't create yourself problems for the future, for tomorrow, by sleeping badly. You need to invest and to get a good pillow, a good blanket, at winter a quilt, thick and warm. You need a good sleeping place, and you need to make sure you're sleeping in the right position, feeling comfortably. That way, tomorrow you will rest. You will wake up rested and have energy for a day to work and to do anything you want, maybe to have fun. You didn't create a problem in the first place, so you don't need to solve it. If you have a problem to solve, you would need either to think yourself and uh, read books on trees, or you would need to hire a trees professional to solve problems for you. But that's an extra step. First, you created problems, then you need to get rid of it. Don't do that. Don't create a problem in the first place. And right now I have, in this example of this video, I had created many problems. Right there you see rubbish. All I did is preserved my energy of not cleaning that. And first of all, I had to not create this problem. Not create this problem. Another question about not creating problems. Basically, human organism, or let's say more widely, any organism is designed to solve problems and preferably not create the problems. You have high blood pressure, your organism is solving some problem with your health. You got flu and have fever, your problem is solving problems with viruses. It's always solving problems, but this solving of problems sometimes feels hard and even leading to death. So, first of all, we don't need to create problems in the first place. Not to solve them later. But we, from the kingdom come, like from Adam and Eve in Bible, it's written that we're buried in sin. So we create ourselves problems. That's basically like the rule of life, that we're good at, in a bad way, we're good at creating problems. But we're also good at solving them. And this video is trying to tell you how. Don't create a problem in the first place. If, biblically speaking, a snake comes to you and gives you an apple to an Eve, don't eat it in the first place. To stay in the Garden of Eden. But no. By Bible, we, if you are a religious person, it's an metaphor. She ate an apple and gave it to Adam. Okay, now we have problems. Now we're buried. Our organisms must fight not just with anything else outside, but also with diseases, viruses, bacteria, and everything else. Another example, short example, of how First computers were very simple. They completed operations fast and effectively. But no, then there appear hackers. Because problem creating is coded into our genes, basically, Appear hackers and they start hacking everything and infesting everything with viruses. Okay, then there must be salvation to that, and we must solve that. So, the other outside world, the others outside the world provides you with problems. It will always provide you with problems. It's always a problem everywhere, everywhere. What you do is, first of all, you don't have a problem. That's the main idea. You don't have a problem. You don't use things and means that calls for a problem, that give you problems. If you get a problem, you will need to hire problem solvers or solve it yourself and become a pro at solving problems. But the main idea is, don't solve a problem. Don't create it in the first place. Although the surrounding world around you will always give you problems, and you would need to solve them. Some people need also solving psychological problems, and that's alcohol and tobacco. They do solve problems in a short period of time. They do. I'm not lying. They do solve problems in a short period of time. But what they do is they change your attitude to a problem. Attitude, by heart and a brain. They change your attitude to a problem. But they don't solve the problem itself. Maybe they could give you energy to solve the problem. But what they also do is, in their own turn, they create another problem. They themselves create a problem. Okay? And after you solved a problem in a short period of time, you would need also later solve a problem in a long period of time. And don't do that again. Don't create a problem in the first place, not to solve it later. Then with emotions, many people get emotional and everything. They need an emotional feedback and everything. In my opinion, that's also seeking for the salvation of a problem. You would need to watch some soap opera or news and get angry or drunk or smoke or anything else because you have a problem. Why? Don't do that in the first place. Don't do that in the first place. Again, to finish this video, everything is quite simple. Either you should do that or you shouldn't do that. That's all. Let me give you a last example of what I should do right now. I must clean that mess. This mess. Where is it? This mess. I must shave clean the room and everything. That's my way of preventing future problems. Uh, and again, why I maybe don't do that is because I'm preserving energy for something more important. For example, when you're designing a synchrophasotron, you don't, or a particle collider, you don't go and wash dishes or vacuum clean. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, thank you. Let's try to make it shorter. Live long and prosper as always. Don't create problems, not to solve them later. That's all. Thank you. Goodbye.